Well, later, once we add HTTP requests, you should also be aware of the network page. Right now, this only contains all the JavaScript files we download. Ionic automatically splits the code by a component, and therefore we have a lot of downloads, but this is actually good because it keeps the different chunks of the app small. And later, once we also send our requests to a backend to store data there or fetch data from there, you can see these requests there too. And you can always look into a request and see the data it holds. And this can help you understand when a request is sent, if there are requests being sent that shouldn't be sent, and if they hold the correct data. You also sometimes have visual issues that the UI doesn't look the way you would have expected it to. And in this case, the Elements tab is great. Here in the browser, you see your complete DOM with all the elements, and you can dive into them here. You can inspect the styling, all the classes that are added to an element down here. You can see which class in which file is responsible for this style in case you want to change it, if it's one of your files. Or if it's an Ionic file, you know which style you need to overwrite in one of your files. You can also select an element directly in your page by clicking on this button up there, and then selecting what you want to inspect. And on the right here, you also see a nice representation of how much margin this has, border, padding, and the size, and so on. And again, you can dive into way more here, find out which event listeners are registered, and so on and so on. There is way more you can do, which properties you can set on this element. There really are tons of things you can do here. And again, this is something you can learn if you dive into the Chrome developer tools in general. This is nothing Ionic specific. But keep the Elements tab in mind for any visual or layout issues you have. This helps you debug them. Also important, especially once you're finishing up your app, are the Performance and Memory tabs here. The Performance and Memory tabs allow you to measure exactly that. You can record a snapshot of the performance of your application, stop that, and then you see how long execution of different scripts took, and you can see if a script is blocking something, if a script is taking too long. And in memory, you can spot memory leaks. You can basically take a snapshot here to see how your memory is occupied and by which processes and so on. And this can be really helpful. And again, the official docs are a great place to learn more about how to read this and so on. Most important for you here, for the immediate bug fixing, are things like console log, setting breakpoints, and also inspecting the UI, of course.